Now the one that you got to be careful with that is the 11th and 12th dorsal. Now we've had interns up at the clinic and have them to try to get a mammillary or even a transverse contact on the 12th. You are way out onto the muscle too far. You're not on the transverse. You're not careful enough. Now see here how small the transverse is here of number 1 here, for instance. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See? And 12, 11. Now you take 11 and 12. See? There's 11. Here's 12. You see what you're putting up with? You can never study careful enough. But you take 10, see? 11. See, now 12th is a transition vertebra. See, it's halfway between a transverse, see, of its body and the lumbar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. You see how short the transverse process is? I take a careful study on that, see? And most of you fellows, when you try to adjust a transverse like this on the 12th, you're way out in the muscle and you're missing it. And that's why you have trouble getting that vertebra corrected. Look how small it is. See, that's why you got to carry this in your pocket all the time. And before you make an adjustment, you better look at it. See? And I learned from my interns up there. I watch them. They have trouble doing this and that, and I learned by them not doing it right. You bet. Because I learned from them the way it should be done. Now, all the way from 10, starts at 10th dorsal. See how it narrows down? Now these others arise. So you got, and another thing, when you do just a transverse process, you got to see that you get inside the muscle of the transverse and get your contact here, not out in the muscle. I'm going to go through in contacts after a while to show you that. But that's very important, that you hug up to the spinous process much closer than what you're doing. Most of you are out too far away from the spinous process for your transverse contacts. They're just hard and you're not making a good setting. Another thing that you're making a mistake when you adjust the dorsals too. On the spinous contact, I've stressed this a lot, and you have to stress it a lot because you all do the same mistake. Now, for instance, you get up here on the spinous. Now, this is a PLS, for instance, see? You get up here on that spinous contact right there. You see what you're doing? You're just hammering that down into the vertebra below. Instead of moving this here 8th dorsal here, or the 7th one, you're moving the 8th one below, see? All you're doing is wedging down there. See? It hits the vertebra below, and you don't move that. Look where the body is of that vertebra, way up there. See here now, see, when you adjust the body of this vertebra here, you're just wedging it below, see? The body is way up here, you're down here. But what you must do now is creep your contact way up, right close to the vertebra above. So your line of drive is right down into the body here, right like that. Not down here, but right up there. Then you're over the body and you're going to move it. But here you're just wedging down on the body of the vertebra below. See? Get your contact, use your upper hand, get up close, just like have a good arch in it like this here. Run your fingers lengthways, have it between the two muscles. See? And then if it's a PLS, have your line of drive right on the vertebra, see? And then torque it. Here's another mistake that you do. If it's a PLS, you fellows are getting the contact on the left side of the spinous process, see? It's taught at the schools. When it's PL, you want to get on the left side of the spinous process, which is wrong. At all times, all vertebra, get on top of the middle of the spinous process, right on top of it, not on the side of it. See? Right on the top. And you have to have that top up there in order to use the torque, see? Now, if I get just on this side, I can't use it. But if I get here, I get a good torque, see? And if you use on the inside, you just get a part of that, see? But you get on top of the spinous process, and your laterality then is governed with your standing position. If it's PL, a lot, I'm going to stand, my line of drive is going to be like this. If it's just a little bit, I'm going to get right over the straight of it. But the torque itself has to come in there, see? And you've got to have the whole spinous process, get right on top of it, not on the side of it, when you get your contact. And that's true with lumbars and all of them. Same thing when you adjust the cervical with your finger. Don't get on the left side of the spinous. Get right over the top of it. When you adjust the cervical, you want to get in the middle of the spine, not on the left, right this. See? Then you got full, and if it's a PLS, then you get on this side. But always get your contact in the middle of the vertebra. So then your torque is effective. Otherwise it's not. You're not correcting the S on there the way you should. These are the things that you fail to do. Have you got a couple of parallel boxes here? Somebody, have you got a... Well, I'll use this here. This is all right. I just want to... Your notes are all right. Now, too many times you fellows don't consider a torque great enough either. See, here's a disc now. See, here's our balloon disc on this side, isn't it? See, and here's a PR. This is a PRS subluxation. A PLS. I'm on this side. See, that's PLS. Can you all see there now? See, now if I just get on the spinous process and give a straight adjustment on this, see, I didn't do nothing with that disc. All I did is crack a few bones, see? But you see now, when there's a PRS, you got to get that torque in like this here. See? That's very important. There's a PRS vertebra right here, and that's why you don't get the reductions. Then you want to blame the instrument instead of yourself. See here? That's it. See? And you got to get right over the top of it, see? Just like this here now, see? Got to get on top of the vertebra, just like this here now, see? So you get your line of drive down. Here's the posterior now, see, right here. And too many of you fellows are not getting your line of drive with the hammer hand either, see? You're way down here. You spread your contact too much, see? Got to get your line of drive here. Now, it's posterior the first thing, see?